Hello and welcome back to our series. Last time we saw how the Israelites were multiplying in Egypt, which made the new Pharaoh very nervous. So he came up with a truly horrifying plan. Let's dive into Exodus chapter 1. Pharaoh summoned two Hebrew midwives, Shiphrah and Puah, and gave them a chilling command. If a Hebrew woman gives birth to a boy, you are to kill him. If it's a girl, let her live. This was a policy of ethnic and gender-based genocide aimed at wiping out the future of the Israelite people. Now you might wonder, how could just two midwives handle all the births for a whole nation? Well, most scholars believe Shiphrah and Puah were the heads of the midwives' guild. They were the supervisors, responsible for communicating Pharaoh's orders to all the other midwives under them. But here's the amazing part. The Bible says the midwives feared God and did not do as the king of Egypt commanded them. They let the boys live. Their fear and reverence for God were greater than their fear of the most powerful man on earth. They knew that taking an innocent life was a violation of God's law, no matter who ordered it. When Pharaoh confronted them, asking why the boys were still alive, they came up with a clever excuse. They told him, "Hebrew women are not like Egyptian women. They are vigorous and give birth before the midwives arrive." Were they lying? Yes. But this is often seen as a justifiable act of civil disobedience to save lives from an unjust and evil decree. Their priority was preserving life, which God honored. In fact, the Bible tells us that because they feared God, He was good to them and gave them families of their own. But Pharaoh didn't give up. His plan failed, so he escalated his evil. He commanded all his people, "Every Hebrew boy that is born you must throw into the Nile, but let every girl live." This public decree turned the entire Egyptian population into instruments of his genocidal policy. It's sobering to think about how this kind of policy echoes through history, even into modern times. Some might draw parallels to things like the one-child policy in certain countries, which led to tragic consequences, including forced abortions. From a biblical perspective, all life is sacred and a gift from God. The command, "You shall not murder," is fundamental. So what can we do? We may not be able to set national policy, but we can make a difference in our own spheres of influence. We can support crisis pregnancy centers, advocate for the vulnerable, and cherish and protect the gift of life in our communities. We can pray for our leaders and for a change of heart in our society to value every single life as God does. Thanks for watching.